welcome to Nestine's Story. Today I wanted to talk a bit about back to school. It is a hot topic online, and I was like, do I talk about this? Do I not? But I think I should. I want to share what I'm planning on doing with my kids, and also I want to share something really exciting with you. So I'm offering a design package, but it's more than a design package. It's like an organization, mom support package that will help you get ready for whatever kind of school year you're looking for. Will help you balance work and kids home in this bizarre world. So basically what it is it's first a Zoom video call with me. I'll chat for a whole hour. We'll talk about either how to structure your day or how to make your home work better for you, whether it's like changing around your home office or your home school area, or how to organize it better. And then after that, I'll send you a package with kind of all these tips to help you get going, and a design board if that's something we're tackling together, is maybe some items or some office or school items that might help you with shoppable links. So head to the link below for that. I think it's really great, perfect. I think a lot of people are struggling with the same thing. And I'm such a problem solver that this is the type of thing that's like right up my alley, like to figure out, okay, I have to wear a million hats right now. How am I going to do this? So I wanted to talk about school and you know, how we're all gonna manage this and mental health and stuff. So first I wanna say that my family, we didn't do much of the distance learning when school shut down. I tried, I couldn't. I was more focused on like creating a stress-free environment for my kids. And once we actually started to treat it, when the weather got warmer, like summer, everything clicked for us for a while. Recently, Mia was accepted to a home, like a distance learning summer program, and that's been incredible. So my kids, we live in Ontario, Canada. My kids don't go back to school till September, and we don't know what's happening yet. We won't know till like middle of August or something. We've flattened the curve here, and we have barely any cases, and they're going lower every day. So I think there'll be some form of school in person. I think there'll be like at least part-time, maybe, you know, there's no perfect solution because I've heard every side of it. They might have full-time, I don't know. But it sounds like the problem with part-time, which I've heard, which makes a lot of sense, is these parents who have to work out of the home will be sending their kids off to people's houses or to daycares, and then instead of having like a 24 or 30 kid bubble with a classroom, it goes into these kids are bounced around and bring back all the germs and everything. So and the distance learning, it's a possibility, and if it's part-time, there would be some form of distance learning right away, or if we got a second wave here, it would be shut down. So I think I'm sending my kids to school if there's school, because there's barely any cases here, and I know that at least they're planning on like if there's something changes, they'll change it and shut it down. It's in Canada, we have pretty strict quarantine rules, and masks are mandatory, and yeah, so we haven't opened up quickly at all. Ontario has been the slowest to open up in Canada. So as of the moment I'm filming this, where I live, you cannot eat in a restaurant. There's no regular gyms open. There's no movie theaters. Like, you can walk maybe like you can go into stores, but you have to have a mask on, and you can eat on a patio. But we also have really strict guidelines too. Like, if you come into Canada, you have to quarantine for 14 days. And that's why I feel pretty confident about sending my kids, because I know that nothing has been done without tons of thought, and anytime things have had to be adjusted, they have been. So that's really good. I also, I know that there's the whole so my mental health with my kids is huge. I see a couple of my kids who don't seem too phased, and then a couple others, especially one who it's not good for them. They need it, they need the structure, they need the stimulation, and it's very hard for me some days because I know I can't give that kid what they need. I can try my hardest, but I cannot give that kid what they need. So that's huge. If my kids were thriving at home, like I actually have a friend who is going to keep their kids home, but they were thriving at home. She's built to do the whole like distance learning thing. It went really well for them, and it didn't work well for us. I'm obviously like, I'm a single parent, and so I am working and I'm trying to wear so many hats, and that's kind of where my head is right now. I want to see, obviously, if anything changes, I'm going to be very aware of that and everything. But right now, I feel confident about whatever the school has in terms of in-person school. I definitely am caring about the teachers and concerned about the teachers. But again, I trust that there will be things in place. I also plan, I don't know if they're going to make it mandatory to have kids wear masks, but my kids have been really good about wearing masks, so I do plan on hopefully them wearing masks in school. And what else? I was going to say that, oh yeah, something that's actually been on my mind, and I haven't really heard anyone talk about it. I stumbled across this like thread on a local Facebook group, and a teacher, I don't think from my kid's school, went on this huge rant about how they're going to, you know, they don't want to die and like all this stuff. So here's the, so let me just unpack that, because that's a big one. First of all, if we were in like California or Texas or Florida, any of these huge hot spots, I would be talking in a very different way. So my opinion and perspective is based on where I live and how well we're doing. But what concerned me was the back and forth in the comments, and the people just kind of like concerned and challenging this teacher. And she was very erratic and very, I could tell that just she was very anxious, which a lot of us are. And I think some of us have other things going on that we don't even think about financially or whichever, underlying health issues. And I could tell that her anxiety was like really, really high. And that was driving some irrational responses and kind of bordering on inappropriate. So that got me thinking, like, I'm really hoping that my kids can get some teachers this year that can create the calm atmosphere. I think that's one of my concerns, is that a teacher who's kind of level-headed and just like, we've got this, guys, you know, because kids pick up on energies and how an adult is acting. And I also hope that the school board is checking to see if teachers have underlying health issues or what their living situation is. Like, there's so much, like, it's an onion, you could just keep peeling back the layers. But that's been something that's kind of like on my mind, that after I saw that, like I just definitely thought, I don't want that to be my kid's teacher. And then I thought, so I don't know, there's no perfect answer. So what I'm going to do, and how I've been preparing my kids, is I've basically spoken to them and prepared them for every scenario. There's all three scenarios: the fully at home, part-time, going to school, and I've also prepared them that it might switch back and forth a bit. So I am planning on, I've already got a setup for like computer in it, so I have a whole area beside my computer, and that will be for anyone who's doing like a Zoom with their classroom. It's our laptop, and I'm going to leave that there, and that's going to be the place where the kids log in. I'm debating, and I'm kind of waiting to see what's going to happen, is we have this like spare unfinished room in the basement that we use for a playroom. I possibly would turn that into a bit of a classroom, and maybe, especially for the twins, put items up on the walls like alphabet, or just go to a teacher supply store and really prepare that. So I'm going to make kind of stations, I think, in my house. I've already got a whiteboard going and a few other things going with schedules, but it's hard with 4 kids. If it were like 1 or 2, it's a little bit different, but to keep track, that was one of the hardest things for me. I've requested that the school put me and Everly in the same class. And if you've been following me for a long time, you know that is something I said I would never do. It's like, I said I would never do CrossFit. I never do CrossFit. I said I would never put my twins in the same class, and now I'm putting them in the same class. And the school agrees. So my reasons for not ever doing that before was I just felt like I wanted them to, be their own individuals and like create their own groups of friends and just not be too reliant on each other, which has worked great up until this point. But then as soon as the distance learning hit and I was getting to different lesson plans and trying it because they're in the same grade, that was super challenging. The other thing I've noticed is they've become very dependent on each other, and I know that, we're all like, oh, it's going to be good for their mental health to go back to school. It's also going to be a shock for their systems to go back to school, and I would like them to have each other probably for just 1 year, and then I think unless the world is like exactly how it is right now, so they're going to grade 1, first grade, we call it grade 1 in Canada. I think by grade 2, I would probably split them up. But this is also in case things get shut down again and they have to, I have to teach them. And so I have like 1 lesson plan and 1 point of contact for 2 of my kids. And that just makes life easier. And the school agrees. I'm sure I can already see where some issues will lie with, them in the same class, but it got to look at the big picture this year. So that's where my head is, and I would love to kind of hear from you in the comments, and let's just all be respectful about the fact that we all live in different places which have different scenarios and different situations, and then we all have different factors of health issues, who we live with, what our jobs are, how close we are to like people are to not being able to pay bills, and just the really, really big picture, because there's just so much. And I've really learned, even that teacher that was ranting, I like stopped myself from judging, and I just thought, of course I'm thinking, I hope that teacher's not teaching my kids. I think that teacher needs to approach the school board and say, like, I have these extra things that are making me super nervous. But I stopped myself from judging that person and was like, there could be all these factors also that I'm not experiencing that they are, that is shooting their anxiety through the roof. So I think that that's something we all need to consider. I think everyone is so quick to be like, I'm on this side of things, I'm on this side of things, and we need to just be understanding of everybody and work together for a solution and everything. So with that being said, I don't feel too stressed about it. I think to switch my mindset, I don't know, maybe I'm like stuck in fight or flight mode like almost all of us right now, and we're just kind of used to living like this at the moment. But I think that switching my mindset to a very realistic back and forth scenario and reality, and preparing my kids for that, has really helped me just kind of grasp that. So go to the link below, check out this opportunity that I'm offering for Nesting Story, that I can chat with you. We can chat it all through and talk it all through and dissect it, and then problem solve together how we can make your house work and your schedule work for whatever scenario it is you're facing. Thank you so much for watching, and if you haven't subscribed yet, I'd love for you to subscribe, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye.